Welcome back to the channel, guys, but most importantly, welcome to beautiful Nicaragua. Today we got a juicy video, right, Courtney?
Yeah, so we got top 10 questions that we would like to share with you before moving or visiting Nicaragua.
We've been running this YouTube channel for a long time, traveling and living in Nicaragua, and we get a lot of questions about coming to this gorgeous country. So we figured we'll make a video and give you guys as much value as we can.
Yeah, I'm super excited to share these questions.
We also got a little bit of coffee going on here, straight from the mountains of Nicaragua to keep us energized while we go through this experience that we've lived with these 10 questions. So, Courtney, are you going to be asking the questions or am I?
I will be asking the questions. But just to be safe that I can ask these questions correctly, cheers to all of you and to these questions. Let's fuel our video with some good coffee, and I'm about to jump in right now.
All right, guys, get ready for the 10
question.
questions.
How much does it cost to live in Nicaragua?
Oh man, that's a juicy question and a big one we get all the time. Courtney, I think you can kick that one off and maybe I'll add in a little bit of extra
I feel like
detail.
it's such a flexible answer that anyone can answer this almost that lives here, but it is about $1,500 a person in my opinion. And that's because it is including rent and it is trying to range through all the different departments of where you could possibly live in Nicaragua.
So do you think that's per couple?
Per couple.
Yeah.
I think I said that, but just in case I didn't, yes, per couple. But Elton may have more of a minimalist number to share, or it just depends also where you're staying.
Yeah, we see numbers online like $700, you know, per couple, but that's way too low. To be honest, I think just life in general has gotten more expensive throughout the world.
Oh, for sure.
So Courtney's number is like, I feel it's a reasonable number. It's a good number where you're living comfortably and you're not stretching it too much. You can get away with 1,000, but then you're stretching your money and you have to make sure you're not living in a costly area. So the cost of living will change greatly if you live in the capital, Managua, or San Juan del Sur, where there is a lot of tourism, a lot of expat communities, so it's more expensive to live there, you know?
Yeah, especially if you want to be on the beach. I mean, you could get up to a pretty penny if you're trying to live a luxurious life, but it will still be more affordable than other places. So I definitely think this is still a place to come for affordability if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, for sure. I think that that's the beauty about this country is that it has a range for everyone. So you can go as cheap as 1,000, or you can hire a nanny, you can hire a maid, you can hire someone to garden your house, live in front of the beach and go out every night.
Yeah.
And then you're going up to the $3,000, $5,000 range. Or you can just go up north or live somewhere where it's not a big city and stick around the $2,000 range, you know?
Yeah, and cook all your meals at home.
Yeah, so it just depends. That's the beauty about it. But to cut the answer short, anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000, I would say is reasonable, depending how big your family is and your team that you build around that are taking care of you guys, you know?
Yeah, with kids, be a little more mindful because diapers, wipes, all that stuff, it does add up. So
yeah, for us, it's spiked a lot now that we need to buy diapers and wipes. But if for us, let's say if we didn't need to buy diapers and wipes, our family can live comfortably for about $2,500 a month, a family of 4, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Well, with that being said, Elton, with kids and all, is it safe to live in Nicaragua?
That's the next question?
That's our next question.
I'm not surprised that question made it, man. That question never goes away, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that probably would have been question number 1 if somebody had to prioritize the
question.
I
mean, honestly, I think I'm going to let you answer this question because you've been coming here for how long?
Since 2009.
So a long time. And now we have kids. So you get the spectrum of a couple without kids and now a couple with kids.
Yeah. So. Without kids, I was like living the life over here. No worry whatsoever. With kids, of course, I naturally worry, like, is it okay? Will it be safe? And I am here to say that it is absolutely safe, in my opinion, to raise your kids here or to come visit Nicaragua. Like, I never have felt so relaxed about having a community of people that are willing to help or keeping an eye out for your children. There really is a village here. So if you're missing that, this is definitely the place to come raise your kids.
I think the Nicaraguan culture there's such people person, you know, like they'll open the doors and they'll interact with you. And for our kids, they treat them so well, right? So it's like,
Yeah, everyone's very concerned. Is the baby okay? Are they warm? You know, like,
so it's beautiful. I mean, we've been traveling for so long here, we've never had any problems. But then again, we treat the people with respect. We treat them how we would like to be treated, and that has gotten us a long way. So from our experience, is Nicaragua safe? For us, it's been a yes.
yeah. So
All right,
don't
let's
be
hit
shy.
me with number 3, please.
Number 3, what is the healthcare like?
Ooh, interesting question. The healthcare question. Healthcare system here, you have a couple options. So you have your public option, which is free. You can go in and they can help you out. That can be slow, time consuming, and potentially not the quality that you're going to be looking for. For us, we've seen that the private sector is very nice, like comparable to the US, or in some cases, potentially even better. And in Managua, they have Vivian Pelas and the military hospital, which are private hospitals, very good hospitals here. And you can go get help there, you can be seen there. And they also offer packages where you pay monthly and you have a deductible. So if something does happen to your family, you're living out here, you don't need to pay the full bill.
Very true. Or you could pay up front and it's just easier to like know that it's taken care of and you're not like making payments. Because in the States, I feel like I get bills all the time that are just outrageous and incorrect. So.
Yeah, so that's true. You can make a one-time year payment for your deductible. But Courtney and I have had nothing but good experiences for private sector, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. And the public sector is more like going to the emergency room on the weekend. That's my perfect example of that.
Yeah, so I would say if you can afford it and you're coming out here with a family or even as a couple, and you're going to be here for a long time, go check out the private sector and sign up for something with a deductible. Or if you're okay and nice and healthy, just know that you can go to a private area, but you're going to be having to pay that bill. For example, for giving birth out here in Nicaragua, how much did they tell us it went?
$3,500, and that's a C-section.
Yeah, C-section, $3,500. That includes everything. So just so you can get a general idea for the pricing here. But good question. I do have a video where I go in full detail for about 15 minutes here in the channel. We'll drop the link below. Yeah. But I think we should move on to the next question.
The next question is, can I work remotely or find a job in Nicaragua? And also, how reliable is the Wi-Fi or internet?
So 2-in-1 question. I'll let you take the first half of that question. Can I work remotely?
For sure, you can work remotely in Nicaragua, and that is kind of in alignment with the internet reliability. Everything is doable, though you should be aware that every now and then the power does go out. Off and on, it could be 0 times a day or 8 to 24 times a day. It just depends on where you live and the weather. So if you are working remotely and need to have like a good setup that doesn't have any issues with the power going out, I would probably suggest like a backup battery or a generator.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it depends where in Nicaragua there's a lot of construction. A lot of road construction buildings, so they shut the power off. The power goes out because of the weather. So if you are in a meeting, you might drop your meeting. If you're uploading documents, you might lose that. You know?
Unless you have that backup battery, mobile
hotspot. Yeah, going back to the, is the Wi-Fi reliable? When the Wi-Fi is on, it is reliable, it is fast. But if the power does go out, you're kind of screwed. So that goes to what Courtney was saying, is that make sure you have a backup plan. For us, a mobile hotspot off of Amazon is amazing. You just charge it, you buy a chip here in Nicaragua with data and you put it in there, and that has a good amount of uptime. That means that it's uninterrupted Wi-Fi as long as you got cell phone signal.
Oh yeah, and you can use that in your vehicle
You can use it while driving too. I will say that in Nicaragua though, if you are getting an Airbnb next to the beach, just be aware that there are some dead spots where you don't have signal, so that means you won't have Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, so always test out your locations first, you know, with the internet before you decide like, I could definitely work remotely here forever.
Now what we're starting to see is Facebook Marketplace, you can rent a Starlink. So if you if you are going to be at a remote place and you need that Wi-Fi to be 100%, just rent a Starlink with a little backup battery, and you can potentially just go anywhere, you know.
Did not know
you could be hanging out at a boat at a pier and you have your Wi-Fi working remotely, you know.
Though I will say the Starlink has a specific like boat option you need to choose from.
Oh,
so keep that in mind as well, because ocean water versus regular satellite is different.
I think working remotely here is gorgeous. It's beautiful because it gives you the freedom to pick your lifestyle. You just have to make sure you address those risks of power interruptions and potential dead zones. And there are options to address those risks. So working remotely here, it's a hell yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But can you find a job here?
Oh, that's a good question. In my opinion, I wouldn't recommend coming out here to try to find a job to just start making money and living immediately. I'll suggest saving some money to get yourself settled in, buy yourself some time to travel, relax, take the slow time, take the slow pace of Nicaragua, and then look for a job. And if you don't speak Spanish, that's going to be hard. So I'll suggest finding a remote job, to be honest.
Yeah, he's more into the remote
Or if you're planning on starting a business here, it is possible, it is doable. Just know it comes with difficulties. Make sure you do your homework. Make sure you know what you're doing. You test the demand before you get into it, because it can be a journey that's hard. It's doable. A lot of people do it, but it's tough. Just be aware.
Well, that kind of goes in alignment with the next question I have, which it's not my personal question,
No,
but the one
that
that
was
we
your
were
personal
given.
question, Courtney.
And I had said that you should really try out the location first before deciding this is where I should work remotely, and that is, should I rent or buy first when I come to Nicaragua?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do get emails like, oh, I'm trying to buy farmland, but I've never been to Nicaragua. Or I want to buy a house. Or I want to get a 2-year rental and I haven't been to Nicaragua. And the answer to the question is, what is it, Courtney?
You should definitely rent first, and not just in one area. Go and rent in multiple areas, because even if you think you like something right now, you may think you like something else better later.
Nicaragua is expansive. It's big. It has a lot to offer. So don't come in, lock yourself in without having lived here for a few months and trying a little bit of everything until you find what you like. And once you find what you like, then look for what you want to buy.
Yeah, and that even goes with farmland, because the soil can be different in each area, right?
It just depends. If you want to start a permaculture farm, you might think, oh, I want to go buy at San Juan del Sur because it's close to the beach. But then you arrive and it's nothing but sand, and it's hard to get a permaculture farm off the ground. And then let's say you travel to Matagalpa and you're like, wow, the soil here is dark. It's rainy, it's colder weather. I want to do it here. So it goes back to traveling first and finding and exploring what you like. And then you should definitely look for something to buy if that's something you want to do.
Speaking of beaches, our next question is, where do most expats live?
Oh man, where do most expats? I'll let you take that question off the rip first.
San Juan del Sur is the most popular location for expats. It's also got a very big community for all the expats out there. Though I will say, in that radius of beaches, most of the expats would be in that location. Where's another location where we might find them?
Yeah, Managua, Granada, León, Estelí. Those are like the big hubs that...
I wouldn't put Estelí really on there. Would you?
I wouldn't say like a large amount of people. There's a handful of people. And the reason it's a coffee city, it's a cigar city, it's a big city. But the further you go up north, the less community you'll find of expats.
I think I'm the only expat.
Yeah,
here.
so for us it's very limited. So we get surprised when we see someone exploring this far. We're like, that guy's an explorer. He's an adventurer. He's out here.
We're turning our heads in our truck. Who's that?
Who's that? So it just depends, We personally don't like being where it's like flooded by expats. That's just being transparent, honest. We love being with the locals. We love being with just Spanish and just typical Nicaraguan foods and all that. And so that's why we're so far up north. But someone might want to come and live with expats because maybe they don't speak Spanish or they're used to that kind of community, and that's what they want. And that is perfectly fine. And that is there for you in San Juan, Managua, Granada, those cities you can find it.
You're just like lining up these so well for me. Elton, do you need to learn how to speak Spanish before moving here? That's another question we have.
Really? I think I'll let you take that one because for you,
I think I'm going to take them all here.
learning your Spanish. So Courtney does speak Spanish and she's learning. She says no because she just wanted to be humble, but she does know Spanish. Why don't you answer the question?
So you don't need to know how to speak Spanish before moving here or visiting. Everyone is willing to try and work with you, and I think it even excites them sometimes, unless they're intimidated, to try and speak back with you on what you're trying to communicate on. So you don't need to learn or know how to speak it, but I will say you should at least give it a try while you're here to say some words. It really helps, keep the conversation fluid and going and more exciting for the local and for yourself.
So let me ask you this then. So you went from speaking no Spanish to now being able to carry somewhat of a conversation. How has your experience in Nicaragua changed from not speaking Spanish to somewhat carrying a conversation now?
That's interesting because I don't think it's changed in the sense of me understanding or speaking more. It's changed in my confidence. So I wasn't as confident when I first moved here. That was an internal issue, and it made me feel like maybe I was being judged when really it was like a question mark on people's faces, like, what is she trying to say? Let me digest this real quick. So if you're seeing an expression on anyone's face, then it's not because they're mad at you or trying to be mean. They're really just trying to understand what you're trying to say. Also, I just now just like say, okay, whatever, I want to just give it a go. And I know everyone's so accepting now that it doesn't matter if I'm wrong or right with my words. So it gave me more confidence.
Give you more confidence, but what about in terms of building relationships, like with the culture and the locals and stuff?
Yeah, well, I feel more like inserted into the culture because I'm not letting my own judgment get the best of me. So having that confidence is really key. And giving it a try.
I think one of the things that makes Nicaragua so special is the people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what at least frustrates me a little bit is when I get asked how much does it cost to live here, because some people are just coming here with the purpose of a cheap country and trying to get as much as they can out of that. But then you miss the whole big picture of being in a different country where things flow differently. The people are amazing. The food is delicious. The culture is incredible. And so when you speak Spanish or make the attempt to learn and speak with them, it's just going to open more doors. You're going to connect with them. You'll have friends that are locals. And that is a whole different level, right, Courtney?
It's such a different level.
You won't want to leave Nicaragua at that point because you're just be embedded with the Nicaraguan culture, you know?
Yeah, here no matter how anyone's feeling, they're always like, good morning, good night, good afternoon. It's so friendly. It's like so welcoming. It's what the heart needs in most people.
So going back to the question, do you need to speak Spanish to move here? The answer is you don't. There's communities where people don't speak Spanish and they live in these closed out communities. But my thing is learn Spanish. Make the effort.
Give it a try.
Yeah, make the effort. Give it a try. Trust me, you're going to come back here later and comment and be like, thank you for telling me that I tried it and it's opened this many doors. You know? And so if you do, you're going to be able to travel more of Nicaragua, get out of your comfort zone and see a bunch of gorgeous things that this country has to offer. So, yeah. Sorry, we're very passionate about learning Spanish.
I mean, well, I really still need to learn, but I do think like download that app, like give it a try. They don't mind. Don't be shy to use your phone.
Yeah, you could use an app too in the meantime, but yeah.
Well,
next one, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, the next question is, should I bring my car or how can I ship my stuff?
I have a favorite couch. Can I bring my couch to Nicaragua?
I would not bring your couch to Nicaragua.
Can I bring my laundry machine?
No, they
but what
sell
about
those
my bed?
things here.
I've been sleeping in my bed for 15 years.
Everything is available here for purchase. Or
sell everything you got wherever you're at. Put it out in the corner with the free sign. No, just kidding. But sell it, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, or you can even get stuff probably shipped here. But honestly, you can find what you need here. You don't need to bring all of your luggages like I've done in the past.
Yeah, we learned the hard way. We tried to bring as much as we can the first time we came out here for a long period of time. And no, we went to Seaman in Managua or Galerías. Some of those malls are better than the U.S. malls. You find everything you ever want. You can go to Masaya, Carretera Masaya, and buy handmade furniture.
Oh, yeah.
What's better than handmade furniture? The quality is good. We're sitting on chairs that are handmade that we got delivered to us. You can buy all kinds of electronics here. So I would say just sell as much as you can and bring as little as possible and look at it as a fresh start to start a new chapter in your life, a new chapter in the book.
Honestly, and I feel like it feels better to live as a minimalist anyway, especially every time I try to pack up a bag, I'm like, ugh, why do I have so many things?
Yeah, so definitely to answer that question. And then going back to the car question, should you bring your car? The answer is hell no, do not bring your car. It is a headache. There's a bunch of hoops you need to jump through. You're gonna lose a bunch of time and you're gonna be so frustrated by the end of it. You should have been like, I should have bought a car, used one off of Facebook Marketplace.
Actually, that's the answer to all of that. It is a headache to bring anything in and just start over. It's just easier. I mean, who wants to pack all those
I know
things?
It sounds difficult. It sounds uncomfortable. We're saying this with the best intentions so that way it's easier for you.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Exactly. So that's our answer.
All right.
And
so juicy questions. If we haven't
one.
answered a question you might have, please comment below by the end of this video because we're thinking about making a part 2. And so we need to see what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I feel like a lot of these questions are in alignment with each other. So,
Yeah, they're more, I would say, the general basic ones. There's a lot of more detailed ones, but let's continue on. Let's see what else the
yeah.
table has
So
to
we
offer.
only have two more questions.
Oh,
One of
man,
them being,
that's it?
how are foreigners treated by locals?
Oh, that kind of ties back into the Spanish question, huh? How are foreigners treated
Yeah,
by
I feel like
locals?
we've kind of answered a lot of
But
these.
why don't you answer that question? Then I'll let you.
Yeah, we're treated very well. We're loved by everyone, I feel, at least most of the time. And everyone's just so like open arms, like, come into my house, have a cup of coffee. Literally, you better be ready to be just like entering into a stranger's house for a cup of coffee, because that's how friendly everyone
Yeah,
is
that's
here.
the experiences we had. Then again, we always treat people with respect. We treat them the same way we would love to treat them.
Yeah.
We would like to be treated, and we respect culture. We respect everything around us, and that has opened doors. People have been amazing. But what about the kids, though, with family? How do you
Yeah.
feel people have treated the
I
kids?
mean, they probably want to adopt our child,
Yeah.
which I'm like,
They
sometimes
love
if
them,
you
yeah.
want them, go for it. But
They're
no.
so nice. Like, everyone's so welcoming,
Yeah.
We haven't had any problems. So if you're a foreigner coming out here, I don't think you have anything to worry about. Just treat people with respect, and then you'll be good.
The last and final question is
Oh, no.
like, if we move here, how do we get residency or become a citizen?
Yeah, that question, most commonly it comes in this format. So you guys have an idea. I am thinking about moving to Nicaragua. I want to get citizenship. I want to get residency. I've never been to Nicaragua. So my answer to that question is make things simple. Come with a 90-day visa that they offer at the airport. When you arrive, you're going to pay, I think it's $10. You get a C4 visa that you can stay in Nicaragua for 90 days. With that visa, you can travel Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador. And then after 90 days, if you want to stay longer, you can exit to Costa Rica and then get your visa renewed. Come back in, you get another 90 days. Or you can go to the U.S. Embassy and you can get an extension for 30 days.
Or you can go to your local
Embassy.
embassy, which we have one luckily in our town.
Actually, it's not embassy. It's actually immigration office, right?
Yeah, it's an immigration office.
Yeah, Nicaraguan immigration office. Yeah. It's not a U.S. embassy. It's a Nicaraguan immigration.
I'm not sure if every pueblo has it, but ours does. So just like look it up, and if there's one, then you can extend for 30 days. You just have to trust that your passport is safe with them for 2 weeks. They will have to take it in order to put it onto the car to get it stamped for you in the capital. It's well worth it, honestly. Like,
yeah, if you only need
so
a few
worth
more
it.
days, you can just get the 30 days. You don't need to travel to Costa Rica or leave the country.
And don't stress if you forgot and you have to go to the airport and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to get my stamp and I overstayed by 2 days. They can take care of it there, but it is a longer experience. So just like it is easier to take care of before going back to the airport. So keep that in mind.
To answer that question is, don't overcomplicate it. Come with a visa. Stay stretch it out as long as you can, and then look into residency. And from there, you can look at a lawyer to see how he can help you get residency. Citizenship is incredibly difficult. I don't have all the details, but residency is doable here through retirement funds if you're getting retirement, or through a business investment, or through marriage, or there's a couple other criteria that you can hit. But for right now, just come enjoy this beautiful country on that C4 visa. Get those 90 days. Come in here, drink a toña next to the beach, go surfing.
Or a cup of our coffee.
Yeah, drink a cup of our coffee, go surfing, enjoy, travel as much as you can, and disconnect. I mean, that's what this country's about, right?
Yeah, I feel disconnected all the time. But in a good way, Like, I don't even know what day it is sometimes, but that's also because I have kids.
So Courtney, what would be your advice to someone that's looking to do this, potentially moving or coming here for a short,
If you're somebody who loves nature and just wants to be like kind of outdoors and enjoying life, I would say come to Nicaragua. Like, this is my location I would pick overall if that was my kind of lifestyle. It's affordable. The people are amazing. The food is great. It's just a humble life of living, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So that's my words. I don't know what yours are.
That's some good advice there. For me, it would be, don't overthink it. You don't need to have everything figured out. Just come like you're traveling for a bit, and then a lot of those questions that you have will be answered while you're here. I remember when we first made the long-term move over here, we kind of stressed out a lot having trying to figure things out, where to
Only
rent,
he did. I didn't stress.
what to bring. Well, I stressed. Courtney was bringing over 25 luggages, all right?
Well, I wouldn't do that over again, but I also did not
Oh my
overthink the
God,
process
yeah.
at all.
At least for me, I was stressed, you know, because I had a lot of unanswered questions. And then when I arrived here, the thing with Nicaragua is these people are not stressed. So
Yeah.
just take
Nika
it.
time, baby. Just take your time.
Yeah,
And
come as light as possible. Come with the open mind as you can, the willingness to embed yourself in culture and travel and explore, and you're gonna be
Happy.
golden. Okay, sorry, there
Well,
started there.
cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have more questions, put it down, like Elton said, and maybe we'll make a part 2.
Yeah, definitely. We want to give you guys value. If you did like this one, comment below. We are building a coffee farm out here in Nicaragua. We just drank all of it. But if you love coffee, specifically really good coffee, and you want to see where it comes from, help the community, build something together, then drink our coffee. There's a link below, Immense Coffee. Everything that we sell goes back into the farm, rebuilding that family legacy and keeping these videos alive.
Yeah, it keeps the smile aglow.
Definitely.
So
see
we'll
you guys
see you next time.
next week's video. Hasta luego. It's your Coffee Familia signing off.